And we should be live. Welcome back, nerds and turds, to another live stream repair. If you haven't noticed, we've got a new setup here. Same room, I just moved everything to the other side, consolidated both setups into just one PC, and we're going to see how it goes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to get fixed up today. I have no idea what's wrong with any of them. We're going to find out here together. So let's get started.
They came in with a new Stanley Cup color and I missed out on it. It's tie-dye. And they have a blue one.
That is cool.
Man, I missed it.
So first up, we're going to take care of Brandon. Brandon's actually came in a few days ago, but I took the liberty of not working on the weekend, so let's find their email and let them know it's here and we're getting started. And also find out what's wrong with it. Let's see, so... Oh, wow. Okay, so this is the second HomePod from Brandon, actually. Previously, they sent in a no-power HomePod, and here they've got yet another one. Okay. Well, let's shoot him an email, let him know that it's here. We're getting started. Alright, Brandon has been told. Let's get their name up on the screen too. Nice, nice. And one more thing, I'm going to lower my bitrate to 15,000 because it looks like 30,000 is a little too much right now. There we go. Uh, 15,000. Okay. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Y'all yell at me if the stream needs any tweaking there. It looks okay for my end, so we're gonna move on. Hey, Arifa, how's it going? Welcome to another stream. In the box, we have another box. Inside the other box.
More
Oh, I like this. I get so much more room on the desk with this now.
Oh, I bet.
Instead of cramming up in the corner over there.
I don't know, with all your crap on top.
I have room to maneuver boxes without smashing into everything. Gotta keep this. And some in there. Okay. Oh, could you hand me that Lazy Susan? Yes, thank you. Okay, so as always, first thing we do is we check our symptoms. And the reason we do that is well, there's a few reasons. One, we're going to use our own power cable that we know is good. So in the rare chance this ends up being the first no power case caused by the power cable, we'll find out right away without wasting any time. Second, we want to confirm the actual symptoms so we know what we're going into and what we're about to repair. Say, for example, and I see this all the time when people sell broken HomePods on eBay, not knowing really or being familiar with HomePods and their behavior. I see quite often them broken for parts of repair, advertised as won't turn on, when in reality they've got blinking volume buttons. But to most people, it's, you know, they like to, it's very easy to confuse one symptom for another too. So we're just going to check the symptoms here. And yeah, we've got nothing going on there. If we look over at our kilowatt meter right here, We're pulling about 4 watts of power right now. So what that tells us is we've got the most likely failure mode here that happens on most of these HomePods. Excuse me. Where the diode on the amplifier shorts out, goes bad, and prevents the whole thing from powering up. And we can tell because of the power draw from the wall. So if it was pulling 0 watts of power, that's probably a blown fuse. If it's pulling 1 to 2 watts of power, it's probably a short on the logic board up here. But the most common one is 4 to about 7 watts of power draw, which is the shorted diode on the amplifier that most of these have. So let's get this taken apart, and we'll find out what's going on from the inside. Oh yeah, I gotta get my progress bar up here. Let's see. It's in my documents. Yes. And there we go. All right. So let's get this taken apart. Start by getting our jimmy in there. And we're not prying this top off. We're going around and cutting through the adhesive layer that holds it down. If we try to pry this off, then we're going to end up scratching it, or even worse, cracking it. So it'll take a few passes to get all the way through that adhesive, but when you've done it enough times, it should just pop off on its own. Baby's doing fantastic. She's napping right now.
Can't complain. Get to spend some time with Nick. Oh, he fixes HomePods.
Got a lot of HomePods.
I hear that sound in my nightmares.
Yeah, me too.
It's one of those loud background sounds that just pops up every once in a while.
Let's get this display pried out, making sure we're getting under both layers here, not just the plastic, because if we pry up by the plastic, chances are, what the? Apple's quality control shines yet again, folks. Let me grab a good display so I can show you what the heck we just found. Oh, don't take it apart yourself. Well, no, you did it. Oh, really? So, here's their display that we just took off. Here's a good display. This one has a locking tab for the ribbon cable. This one does not. It's just not there. It's not like it popped off. It's not like we broke it off. It just wasn't there. They can't give me a hard time for taking their HomePods apart if they can't even put them together correctly. I mean, it works. Totally works. It's not like this thing's getting jostled around every day like in someone's pocket, so there's no chance it's going to unplug itself, but the fact is, why? Whatever. Okay, I need... Could you hand me one of those rolls of tape up there?
Is there tape on it?
I don't need tape on it.
Okay. Even better.
Okay. Oh man, even the lighting over here is just better for some reason.
You have that extra light above your head,
Yeah.
and it's a good one.
Or maybe it's just that I'm using a display that's not 20 years old.
You can actually see.
Maybe it's a combination of all those things. Hey Martin, welcome to the stream. Okay. Ready for the pry.
She's chewing on her hand. Should I go put the pacifier in her mouth?
Yeah, just make sure you stay low
She's asleep.
so she doesn't see ya.
So she doesn't look me in the eye.
So she don't see ya. Avoid enemy detection. And in this case, enemy is baby. Yeah. It took us all weekend to move everything over and clean up. I actually started Friday night, and even up to this morning I've been like slowly piecing it all back together. Oh, and I can just raise the chair up to keep sitting, be lazy.
She didn't want it. She's just moving her hands around.
That's okay.
She's not making any sound either. She went dead asleep. But I did turn the level up a little bit and calmed her down some. So she's just doing weird baby hands. Yeah, 'cause I'm trying to let her nap till around 6. And then she can be up and we'll feed her and give her a bath and stuff. Put her
Yeah.
to bed by 9 again at least.
Yeah.
What time she went to bed yesterday?
Like 9.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised she went to sleep. And then slept for 11 hours.
Yeah. Well, no, her longest sleep was 10 hours.
Oh.
Still, I'm not complaining. I've got no complaints. Actually, 10 and a half hours. It didn't count the extra 30 hours she got. Or 30 minutes this morning. Because it goes from 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. for the
Oh, yeah.
period. She did. No, I don't want to set up this HomePod. What HomePod are you connecting?
There's a couple of them in here. It could
Probably
be.
this one.
Nope, that one's set up.
Or this one.
Yeah, probably that one.
Yeah, it's blinking on top. Blinking.
Okay, so here we are. Let's get up close. Get our camera focused.
Our espresso shift.
Oh man, look at that. Just you can see the date code on the diode without even me messing with it. That looks good. But is it actually good? This multimeter is not, that's for sure. Come on. Alright. Oh, and battery's almost dead. And that diode is dead. So we know our most likely issue is that diode. Let's get it replaced with another one. And see if the power's on. That's okay. She was wiggling a lot before we went to bed last night.
Yeah, but she looks awake now. I see her little eyes opened up. Oh no. She's wide awake.
Bring her in here if you want. Or you can give her mom. Mom will probably love to hold her. Mom wants as much time as she can get with her before. It's not bothering her.
Yeah, because I guess she's just gonna go down and not get to see her for a little bit till
Yep.
we go back out there.
Pretty much.
I don't know what we're gonna be doing. It's not too far.
It's a lot easier to go over there than it is to fucking Tennessee.
Well, not only that, when it's springtime, it'll be a lot easier to go over there because I hate going over the pass in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
It should be a little harder for a road trip by then, too.
Yeah. She's not happy. So.
Okay. Let's see if this thing powers up. And while we're at it, we're going to check and see if this has any like sound issues or bass issues or DC offset issues, or in other words, bad filters. And to do that, we've got our subwoofer here that's got a connection to our multimeter up on the screen over here on the bottom left. And we will, of course, power this up, see If it produces sound without an issue, I've got a logic board here that's factory reset, so it'll immediately play the setup chime. And then confirm its DC offset value with our multimeter. And anything less than 50 millivolts is good to go. Anything more than 50 millivolts and growing is usually means that the filters need some attention. It's not always obvious, so we check it whenever we can. Okay, here we go. And we got power. Alright, we've got base without a problem, and our offset is looking pretty awful at 90 millivolts and growing. So, unfortunately, we're not getting off this one easy. It needs new filters. If we ignore this, slowly over time, that subwoofer is going to roast itself from the unwanted DC voltage. It's going to cause other issues with the amp and potentially grow to the point where it causes death farts. So let's give this new filters, and then we'll test it again to make sure that we've got the offset that we want, less than 50 millivolts. And then we can put this back together. Okay. New filters, here they come. It was like just barely too much too. Like we don't normally see, like if these things need new filters, we normally see hundreds of millivolts, not just barely too much. Those are always the most annoying. Because it's like, yeah, I could technically leave it in, it would probably be fine for a while, but can't leave it in good conscience. You know, it's just a matter of time before they start really kicking the bucket. Alright, that didn't work. Yeah, that's not working either. Looking good. Okay, let's see if this is finally ready to go. Okay. Alright, that's a lot better. 16, 17 millivolts. It's okay if it grows a little bit too. That is a lot less than the 50 millivolt target and a lot less than the 90, 100 millivolts that we saw prior and growing. The fact that it was growing was pretty concerning too. So, and that looks to be falling back down to normal. So, this looks and sounds good to go. So, let's get this put back together. Hey there, Ingo. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I remember you. I think I've got your email up here, actually. Yeah, it's entirely possible to swap that logic board between HomePods. And really, any part for that matter will swap between HomePods without a problem. They did give us a bit of repairability grace in that regard, I suppose. Or they just didn't really think people would be trying to fix these. So they figured they shouldn't even bother. As for getting your hands on a working logic board, that's the tricky part. The only way that I know of is to buy another HomePod. Or maybe a broken one that has an issue that you know isn't related to the logic board. Alright, let's see if this one's all ready to go. Alright.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info, check the Home app.
Sounds good.
I'm having trouble.
Volume buttons look good. So this is all fixed up. Excuse me, ready to go. 1 down, 7 more to go. Let's take a look at Hugh. What's wrong with Hugh's HomePod? Let's find out what's wrong with Hugh's HomePod. Who wants to guess what's wrong with Hugh's HomePod? Ooh, death farts. Let's let him know we've got it and we're getting started on it now. All right. Email sent. Let's get their name up on the screen. Okay. Here's the pod. Let's check our symptoms. Woo! Ooh, got them both working, or got one of them working again out of 2 broken ones. That's good. Probably didn't need to do any board repairs. You just had to swap a couple parts around. Okay, so we've got some pretty severe popping. Usually a sign that there's DC offset to be had as a result of failing filters. That's those caps that you saw us replace on Brandon's HomePod just a few minutes ago. So let's get this taken apart and see if we've got a similar issue, which if you've been watching these long enough and you know, then you know what to expect.
Do some St. Patrick's Day dance.
Ooh.
Green. Mom and baby are hanging out under the ocean.
Nice.
It's a good time. Get him. I like how it just opens up.
Yeah.
Look at him now.
Like a,
Don't.
I'm gonna say it.
You'll get demonetized.
I can swear.
You say the D word, you get demonetized.
I can swear.
You can swear.
I can swear. And if it's not majority swearing, then I can still be fully monetized.
How would your video have to be majority swearing?
You upload a video purely despite the system consisting nothing but swear words.
After the 7 seconds.
Yeah, or like you're just a channel that like does nothing but like roast people and curse people out or something. I don't know.
Does this mean gore's allowed back on YouTube?
I don't know if any of that changed. I do know that the language definition itself changed.
Which is good because they really mucked it up the first time.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, get some sleep.
Sleep is good.
Midnight in Germany.
Oh yeah, go to bed. Go to bed.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks. Oh, for me to stay. It always feels so dangerous.
Why?
I feel like I'm gonna break it.
You might.
I know, that's the scary part.
There's like a 1 in, I'd say 20 or 30 chance this thing like breaks as you do that. But that's why they use the rubbing alcohol, because it makes it. Yeah, I haven't broken a single one since doing that.
You don't have to really pry it off. So.
No, I mean most of them you can just pull off by hand at that point. But I'd rather not try to pull it off by hand and then have to go for the flathead anyways. I just do it every time. Because time is money.
Then you look like a nerd.
Alright. Orpha looks pretty good. Give it a sniff.
It smells like rubbing alcohol.
Does it smell like cancer?
No.
Okay, we are in. So let's power this up really quick actually and check out how much DC voltage the amp is spitting out, just so we can confirm our issue. And what we need to fix. All right. Take your guesses. 200 millivolts, 600 millivolts, 900 millivolts. That's not fun. Try 500 millivolts and growing. We don't want that any more than 50 millivolts, so like 10 times less than that. And the fact that it's growing like that, we don't like seeing that. So let's get our filters replaced to correct that. We're also going to give this board a new Schottky barrier diode to prevent the lovely, oh so common no power issue from plaguing yet another HomePod. Regardless of the date code this diode has, even if it's not within the range that normally fails, if it's original, we're going to replace it. Yeah. Excuse you. So, let's get up close, move on to the repair step, and get our filters replaced. There we go, yeah. Bottle cap works really well. Okay. New filters put on pretty easily. Let's get our power diode replaced. It looks like we've got a date code of 1742K. So outside of the date range that normally fails, but we're going to replace it nonetheless. Okay. That should do it. Let's give this board a chance to cool down and then we'll see if it's all good. Alright, that's looking good. We're less than 50 millivolts, and it's probably going to keep going down as the caps cool down a little. They're still a little hot, so heat is going to make those caps do worse than they normally can, which is why you normally see, when they're bad, you see that offset growing before we replace them, because as they warm up to operating temperature, they get less effective. So this looks fantastic. Our offset's staying within spec, and we didn't have any sound issues. So this is ready to put back together.
You use old newspaper as a as a filler for a box.
Shh, that's the person who's talking, or who I'm fixing right now. And you're talking shit?
No, I didn't. Like, that's
I'm
not
just kidding. I'm just kidding, but yes. Yeah, absolutely.
They use the whole newspaper.
Hey, I mean, use what you got.
No, I know. I think it's hilarious that they
Just the whole thing and just...
unopened.
And all, yeah, that was pretty good. No, what I liked was the guy that put all the packing peanuts in a bag. So that way when I opened the box, it wouldn't make a mess everywhere.
Bless him.
That was smart.
What a smart dude. I lost a whole box of nail polish.
Oh, really?
So if you find it, let me know.
What kind of box?
I think it was like a maybe 2 inches tall, like 6 inches long, and like 4 inches wide, kind of like a flat rectangular box. And it had liner gels in it, and then little pot clay gels.
You can go look. Oh, I'll look. Yeah. I'll see if I can find it.
And you would know if you picked it up because it's full of crap.
Yeah, I don't think I picked up any boxes that big that felt
Yeah.
like they weren't full of crap.
No, yeah, you would
Or
definitely
were.
know it. I just can't find it anywhere. And it had the one gel in it I wanted to use. Of course.
Well, let me...
No, you're...
I know I got a few more minutes on this one and then I can finish.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, because I don't think I have the energy to do the rest of these tonight.
Okay. Whatever you feel like doing, that you can do, so. Yeah, take your time. I was just wondering if you had seen it anywhere. And I'm pretty sure on the top it says, like, Young Nails.
No, yeah, this is like the... Like, I got like 1 minute and then I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Mom's feeding the baby, so.
Hey. Alright. Does it still work? Yes, it does. I totally forgot to skip to the reassembly step. And
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
sounds good. No more severe
I'm
popping.
having trouble.
Volume buttons light up nice and even. So I think that's all we're gonna get to today. I might be back on later. We'll see how much energy I've got. Try to knock out a few more. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys either later tonight or tomorrow for the next repair stream. If you guys are looking for more info on doing your own HomePod repairs or contacting me to get yours repaired for you here on the channel, check out the website, nixfix.com. I've got everything you're looking for there, including common issues, how to diagnose and repair them, what parts you need to do it, what tools you need to do it, and my contact info and mail address and steps on how to get started. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.